I refused to punish my daughter after she blew up on the class clown that she didn't want at her birthday party. So my daughter Maya turns 12 next month, and she's been planning this birthday party since like February. She's one of those kids who has everything mapped out, the decorations, the cake flavor, who's invited, the whole thing. She made this list of 8 girls from her class that she actually hangs out with, you know, her real friends. Then last week she comes home from school looking all stressed out. I ask her what's wrong, and she tells me that Brandon, this kid from her class, somehow found out about her party and has been asking her when he's getting his invitation. Apparently he's been doing this for days, making jokes about it in front of other kids, saying stuff like, "Can't wait for Maya's epic party," and "Hope there's good cake at Maya's thing." Now Brandon is what you'd call the class clown. He's the kid who makes fart noises during silent reading, who shouts random stuff during lessons, who thinks he's hilarious but mostly just disrupts everything. Maya has never hung out with him outside of school, never even talked to him unless she had to for group projects. So yesterday Maya's at her locker after school, and Brandon comes up to her with this big grin and goes, "So when do I get my invitation? The party's next weekend, right?" And Maya, who's been dealing with this pressure for a week, finally snaps. She turns around and goes, "Brandon, you're not invited. I never said you were invited. This is my birthday party for my actual friends, not everyone in the entire class. Stop asking me about it." But Brandon doesn't let it go. He starts getting louder, going, "Come on, don't be mean. Everyone knows about it now. You can't just not invite me." And Maya just loses it. She tells him, "No means no, Brandon. I don't want you at my party. You're annoying, you never listen, and you're not my friend. Stop bothering me about this." Now apparently some other kids heard this and started laughing, and Brandon's face went completely red. He stomped off, and within an hour, I get a call from his mom. This woman is furious. She's telling me that my daughter humiliated her son in front of half the class, that she was cruel and mean-spirited, and that she better apologize immediately. She says Brandon has been crying since he got home and that no child should be excluded like that. I listened to her vent for like 10 minutes, then I asked her one simple question. Did Brandon ask Maya if he could come to her party, or did Maya invite him? Dead silence. Then she goes, "Well, he just assumed since other kids were talking about it." So I told her straight up, my daughter doesn't owe anyone an invitation to her birthday party. Brandon put himself in that situation by pressuring her for a week about a party he was never invited to. Maya tried to be polite at first, but when he wouldn't take no for an answer, she had every right to be direct with him. The mom starts going off about how kids should be inclusive and how Maya could have been nicer about it. I told her that maybe she should teach her son that no means no and that he can't just invite himself to other people's parties. She hangs up on me. 20 minutes later, I get a call from Maya's teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez. Apparently Brandon's mom called the school too, demanding that Maya be punished for bullying. Mrs. Rodriguez tells me she talked to both kids and some witnesses. Brandon had been pestering Maya about this party for over a week, even after she told him multiple times it was just for a few close friends. She said Maya's response was firm, but not inappropriate given the circumstances. But then the teacher suggests that maybe Maya could invite Brandon anyway, just to smooth things over, that maybe it would be a good lesson in kindness and inclusion. I told her absolutely not. This is Maya's birthday party, not a class activity. She gets to choose who comes. If we force her to invite kids she doesn't want there, especially ones who pressure her when she says no, what message does that send? That night Maya asks me if she's in trouble. I sit her down and tell her that while she could have maybe been a bit gentler with her words, she had every right to stand up for herself, that her birthday party is hers to plan, and nobody gets to guilt trip her into inviting them.